recovering emo kids, Amanda and Rob here on the Emo Kids Anonymous podcast. And on today's episode, we are joined by a solo artist, Gay Meat, or Karl Kuehn is his real name, but he goes by the stage name Gay Meat. And we are joined by him today to talk about his long processed album that's coming out this year in 2026. A lot to do with his mother, the death of his mother, the grief he has experienced. It's a beautiful thing. But it's not just all seriousness. We had a lot of fun on this podcast too. We talked a lot about a lot of things. Some Shrek talk, some Survivor talk.
There's so much Shrek talk.
talk.
We actually, it's sad, like we stopped recording and the Shrek talk went like.
It just kept going. Yep. And here
Shrek.
I thought we were going to get like on a Pokemon tangent, but yet we did not. It stuck to Shrek.
We talked Shrek. We
yeah.
talked Richard Hatch. We talked, every Gaga.
Everything we could.
The death of our mothers. Yeah. Wilmington, North Carolina. I was expecting this to be a really sad episode, and it was actually the best time ever. Carl's awesome. I love Karl. Gay meat forever, You look at my search history, it's got so much gay meat in it right now. Like you'd be asking me questions that I wouldn't be ready to answer. But his record, when it comes out, when you guys hear it, you'll hear we had to cut that part out, but you'll hear this record in the spring. It rips.
Yes.
Yeah, great time. But before we get to that, let's handle some business stuff, I guess, as well. Do me a favor, toss us a follow, subscribe to the pod, share this, comment, review, leave a rating if you're watching this on Spotify or Apple or, YouTube. We have a Discord, Never Phase Network Discord. You can join. The link's in the description. Follow us on the social medias and stuff. Instagram, Emo Kids Anonymous, Twitter, Emo Kids Anon Pod, TikTok, Emo Kids Anonymous Podcast, and Emo Kids Clips. You can also find us at emokidsanonymous.com and neverphasenetwork.com, where you'll find all our updates, some articles, cool stuff happening all the time. And as always, as you know, this episode is brought to you by our friends over at Protégé here. Fix your face, fellas. That's the issue. A lot of fellas got fucky faces, and I know my guy Karl. I'm surprised we should have got into this. I'm curious about Karl's skincare routine.
We did talk about some skincare routine, yeah.
Oh yeah. Karl probably could have put me onto some fucking game. That man had a great complexion. But
He did.
Thankfully, I can put you, the listener, onto some game yourself. You're gonna thank me for this later. So what you do is you go over to protege.com. You grab a bottle of it, and you're like, okay, $25, great deal. Great deal for an all-in-one face serum, right? Some of these things are like hundreds of dollars.
They are.
You enter Emo Kids at checkout. And this is the part I'm not supposed to tell you. Enter Emo Kids at checkout. It drops the price down to $10 for your first bottle. So you go over to protege.com, enter Emo Kids at checkout. Get your first bottle of Protégé for only $10, okay? Great deal. Now, with all that being said, ladies and gentlemen, Gay Meat.
Karl.
Hey, Karl, what's going on? Hi, how are you?
And I'm good. How are y'all?
Pretty good, pretty good.
Wonderful. So happy to see you.
Yeah.
Amanda, get us started here. I have so much to say.
I know. Well, Karl, we are so happy to have you on. And I am sure that a lot of people, when they see the title of this interview, they're like, Gay Meat. What on earth are Amanda and Rob up to now? So I think we should probably just get that out of the way and let our listeners and audience know who you are, Karl, and what you're all about.
Okay, well,
Who's
hi,
the
my
man
name
behind
is...
the meat?
Oh.
Yes.
Am I a meme? It's so hard to say. I don't know what's ever going on.
You're like
I like your
It
labubu in
gets
the
you
back,
at
by the way.
first. Oh my gosh, thank you. There are a bunch of
Oh,
them.
whoa, shoot. Is that a Lapras?
Yeah, there's Lapras, there's Meganium, there's
Labubu.
Oh, there's an
Ekans.
Ekans. Oh, he's a Pokemon. And there's a Meganium.
There's like all
Meganium?
kinds of fun stuff.
Oh, we have so much to talk about, Karl.
I was going to say, we got a lot to cover. It's going to be a good time.
Yes. Well, Lapras is one of my favorite Pokemon, and so is Meganium. So, okay, anyways.
I know, they're both literally legendary divas. Love them.
They will. Really? They are. Exactly. All right, go for it. Tell us who you are, what you're about.
Okay, well, hi, my name is Karl Kuehn. I make music under a hotly contested band name called Gay Meat. I don't really know where to begin in terms of like, do we go all the way back to like the origins of my music career? Because it's kind of long. I'm not young, LOL.
Yeah, well, I mean, honestly, I see you've worked with like Say Anything before, and so definitely you have it looks like a quite eclectic, long history in our world.
Yes, deeply. I mean, I started playing in bands like middle school, high school, and then it has just continued to snowball, and now I'm 35 and still doing it.
I love it.
But you know what's funny is I feel like a lot of my peers have had their moment where it kind of like popped open for them and like
Mm-hmm.
they started like a real capital like C career. And I feel like
Mm.
I'm still like underneath that bubble, but in like a fun way, in a way that I think is
Yeah.
really like my own, you know?
Yeah, 100%.
You're like, I still got
So
control of this ship.
exactly. Yeah, before someone else, like a label, takes it over.
Oh my gosh, I
Um,
know.
yeah, so in terms of your music, so when I'm listening to it, I hear a lot of like indie rock vibes, but definitely a lot of the emo undertones. So I guess growing up, what were your influences in terms of the bands you were listening to, and then what influences Gay Meat in particular?
Okay, so definitely earlier on in like Museum Mouth, the like kind of emo indie punk band I was in for like 10 years, I
I
think
didn't
we
realize you were
wore
in Museum Mouth until very recently, by the way.
yeah,
I
I was like
did not clue that together.
I'm always gagged when people like know of that band or like that project of mine because like that was like a thing we like rode a huge wave of
Mm,
bands, but then it just kind of fizzled for us, which I'm like not sad about. Like it just
yeah.
is what it is.
Hmm.
Um, but I think Museum Mouth definitely like a lot of those earlier like emo and pop punk influences were really there. But
Mhm.
I mean, I constantly joke that like you can't get the Blink 182 out of my bloodstream. Like it will always just be
That's right.
there.
Yes,
Um,
100%.
yeah, and then we like obviously we brushed paths with like a lot of emo bands of kind of like a generation and you know getting sucked up into the Say Anything machine like that was a dream of mine, I
Yeah.
think.
Hmm.
So that kind of felt like very validating and kind of wild. But like that era of emo, like I know Thursday was a huge thing for us, like at the
Mhm.
drive-in, which is like a little bit before, but you know, like that era of kind of like what I like refer to as like mall emo is
Hmm.
definitely that's
Yeah.
like a huge influence on Museum Mouth. But the whole time I was in Museum Mouth, I was always listening to tons of other stuff. And I feel like Gay Meat has been like a great chance for me to, you know, slow down the BPM, bring in some other instruments, other
Yeah.
influences. It's kind of the first time now that I'm making music that sounds like a lot of the music I listened to as an adult.
Yeah. I love that. So let's
I'm gonna
talk
ask
about.
about the main
Go ahead.
influence here.
Go ahead.
We're gonna get this out of the way. Mr. Meat, I would like to hear, I would like to hear about Karen
Oh my
and
gosh,
the
my
influence
Yeah.
of that
yes.
that
So no, please keep
leads to
going. I'm
this record
sorry.
as as like an adult orphan. You know what I mean? Like there's this,
Mhm.
and the album is like so deeply fucking like voyeuristically personal. Shout out our friend Tori Town who gave me that in my vernacular recently. Where it's just like this is
Beautiful.
like
Thank you, Tori.
too like this is like even down to you get to the last track. Like I was saying earlier to our producer Catherine, like I was like, oh, when I get to the last, like I haven't listened to that, like that fucks me. And I just see it there. I'm like 35 seconds, and I go to it, and it's just like you with your mom. And I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna survive.
Rob,
So I
it
would
means a
like
lot
to
to me
hear.
that you're having this reaction.
I
Um,
would like to hear
y-
about this experience.
yes. So in March of 2018, no, March of 20, yes, 2018. My God, what's so crazy is I feel like COVID has like destroyed my view of time.
Yeah.
Um,
Yes, I would agree with that. Yeah.
yeah, it like moves
Mhm.
differently now.
It
But
does.
in March of 2018, my mom, I got a call that she was like on her way in an ambulance to the hospital because she had suffered what seemed like maybe a stroke. And then when
Uh-huh.
we got there, it turns out that it was actually seizures. And she had, while she was like being tested for stroke symptoms, she was like sitting in a room waiting. And I was like literally feeding her like mashed potatoes. And she had a seizure. And then she had five more, like back to back to back.
Wow.
And it ended up damaging her brain. And you know, up until that point, like March of 2018, like I was just, you know, living the Museum Mouth life. I was very much like trying to make it in music. And,
Mhm.
you know, I've never had health insurance, but suddenly I like had to become my mom's legal guardian and like figure out all this shit with her insurance and just like life. And she owned a house and like having to try and like get all that under wraps. And she had a crazy roommate who was really like enabling her addiction issues. My mom is perfect to me, but like in the eyes of our Lord, she's a flawed individual.
Aren't we all though?
I know, and I love that about me because I feel the exact same way about myself. It's like
I
I
was
am
gonna say,
perfect.
you could hear on that last track. I was like, okay, I feel like it's a bit of a vibe. Like, yeah,
Yes, it's a
Yeah,
vibe.
yeah. She was always really funny, but I mean, the record is just all the songs I started writing during like 2018 into 2019 into 2020, just all the things I was feeling. It was like a great outlet for me to just kind of like
Yeah.
put it all down. And for as traumatic of a time as it was, I'm like so grateful that I have this thing now that I can like always look back at and be like, these are the visceral memories of that
Yeah.
time.
Yeah. Are you the only child, or do you
Of,
have siblings?
of course I am.
Of course, yes, that makes yeah, so you're thrust upon that role.
Yeah, deeply,
Yes.
deeply thrown into it.
Yes, yeah. As an
damn.
elder daughter, while
I was
I'm
gonna
not
say,
the
yeah, they
only
call it eldest
one,
daughter syndrome.
they
Yeah.
yeah, it's the similar thing where you just kind of get thrust upon all the responsibilities
Yeah,
without being
definitely.
told. Yeah.
So
And
when
I
you were
know.
making this, in like, as this is going on, music is at a fucking standstill. Museum Mouth is at a standstill.
Yeah.
Are you thinking like, oh, gee, like this is a great new project, or this is something else, or are you just doing this? Is this strictly therapeutic, cathartic shit at this point?
It definitely started as like strictly therapeutic, cathartic shit, but I think I knew as I was like writing these songs that it was like, this is not something I want to bring to a band. When Museum Mouth first started, I was like deeply driving the ship alone and just kind of teaching my bandmates, whatever tessellation of that, how to play the songs. But over time, it became more democratic, and it was like kind of like an open field for everyone to kind of submit their ideas and like work on things together,
Yeah.
and everyone kind of vying for real estate. But these songs, I was just like, there's no way I'm gonna like talk to someone about like, I don't like your bass line for this. It's like, it's just not happening. Like it needs to be just from my genius, and like whoever else I feel like can get it in the way that I just need them to get it. Like I think working with just strictly producers on the record was really helpful because it wasn't like anyone was trying to be super creative. They were just kind of like, this is what I hear. Do you like it? And I would be like, I like parts of it. Let's like, you know, let's smooch some stuff around. Like it was just really nice that like it was always kind of like what I wanted at the end of the day, and the people working to like make me happy with this, which it's like, I mean, I don't need to be coddled, but it was just like, I think the crew of people I started making this record with in 2019, like they just really got it, and it wasn't
Yeah.
like a band sort of situation.
Gotcha.
There's some bigger names, on the album as well. Are those? Was that part of the earlier crew, or you kind of had like the Jeff Rosenstocks and Chris Farrens and the like come in a little later?
That all kind of fell into place over time. Like I knew that I didn't want it to just be my voice the whole time, because I have a thing about my voice. I feel like it is not incredible, and especially like in the early days of Museum Mouth, I was always layering tons and tons of my vocal takes to like the point that Corey, our bassist, would always say like it's 1,000 Karls like screaming at me. So like I think I just instinctively knew as we were going through the process of like making the record that like eventually I would call in some friends to do it. And
Yeah.
it all kind of worked out really funny and like interesting, where like I knew of Jeff, but I met Jeff last summer on tour with Chris Farren because I was filling in on drums. And
Okay.
when we like recorded the screaming parts at the end of that song, my friend Alex and I was like, you literally sound like this person I was just on tour with, and I'm just gonna ask them if they'll do it. And Jeff was very kind to do it.
Oh, I love that.
I tried to
Mr.
like
Rosenstock. It's me.
Yeah.
literally
No big deal.
sweetest person in the entire world, Jeff and Christine. Like I just love them so much. So that was kind of like a happy accident. Like getting Sarah Tudson from Illuminati Hotties to sing on the Powerball, like that worked out really great in like a kind of cosmic way, because I know that she's also someone who has like suffered like parental loss, and like grief is a big thing in her life as
Yeah.
well. So that worked out really beautifully, I think. And it completely changed that song for me. Like I already loved that song, but the minute I got Sarah's vocals back, I was like, oh my God, just like,
Yeah.
Yeah, no, there's multiple parts. When you first sent it over, I remember I was I was at the train station waiting for my dad, and I got it, and I was reading through it, and I was like, I think I even told you, I was like, well, this is gonna fuck me up. Like, you know, kind of like, but
Yeah.
there's great
Yeah.
moments in it, but like as someone also in this club, like one of the benefits is like, you know, one of the benefits to losing your mother is you can kind of take ownership of things. Like one thing is like, you know, you can make jokes, yeah, blah blah blah, blah, but also like this taking ownership of the like moment of like this is your worst experience of your life,
Yeah.
but you can turn it into something really, really beautiful, really nice, really and impactful, and it becomes for other people in a way as well, you know? Like
Yeah.
that's
Yeah, I mean, I truly set out to make the record just for me. And like
Mhm.
from the moment I like conceived of it as like an album of songs, I was just like, this is for the girls that get it. You know, like I'm
Yeah.
not making this for mass appeal. I'm not making this as like some big artistic statement. I'm literally just making this because like I went through this and there were so many tools when I was going through it that I utilized. Like if this can be a tool for anyone else that knows these feelings, like hasn't gone through them or has, you know, like just
Yeah.
wherever this record finds you on like the stepping stones through like, you know, pre-grieving or grief, like it would just
Hmm.
mean the world to me for it to resonate with people.
So besides writing the album, what you talked about other tools that you use to help process your grief. What were some of those things that you used to help process that?
I mean, a lot of it was just music, and I feel really
Okay.
lucky because I feel like a lot of it you can hear in the record.
Okay.
And I I mean, there are so many artists that like I had been a fan of for years
Hmm.
that like released music around this time that was really impactful to me. There were a lot of artists I discovered during this time. My
Hmm.
friend Lily from La 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 La, I like had first discovered her band like right before this happened. And, you know, for 2 years straight, I feel like that was like my number one artist. Like I just couldn't stop listening to that. So I like thanked her in the credits because like her music was a big part of that for me. And then like Sarah Beth Tomberlin is another person
Hmm.
who like her records during that time were very like vital to me. And um it's funny because it's not even necessarily funny, but it is interesting. Like one of my absolute best friends had just lost her dad like a year or two before me.
Oh,
So
okay.
that was like, you know, the people in my life were a huge tool as well.
Yeah.
Um so I don't know. It's just it's a crazy thing to experience. And I feel lucky that I'm currently talking to people that get that.
Yeah.
yeah, no, very, very much get it. How much of this record, like maybe not recording or production wise, but like song wise, did you have done that you were able to show your mom?
Oh my God, what a sweet question. I only had like probably like 3 or 4 songs. Like there's a B-side that will come out later. It's on the website, so I think you probably heard it. You know, cut this part out, I'm just kidding. But that song Leslie, like I had played her that song and it I don't honestly don't even remember. Like there's so much about that time in my life that is so blurry. So like I'm happy
Yeah.
I have the songs to kind of reference back. I feel like my mom, it's like so funny to even say this, like it's kind of dawning on me in real time. My mom definitely cared about my bands when I was younger, but over time I think she was like, "You're still doing this? Like give it
Our,
up."
yeah. All parents play it
Yeah.
sometimes.
Like my mom has like all the early museum out like CDR demos and stuff, but like when we actually
Oh.
started like pressing vinyl, she was just like, "I don't care about that. I don't have a record player." And I'm like, "But this is
She
cool."
doesn't
Like,
get it. She's like,
yeah.
I have it on CD already. What do I need this
Yeah,
for?
it's
Yeah.
so funny.
She's like, did we progress to CDs and that's what happened?
Literally very that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like remember showing her Leslie, and I in the moment. Have you guys seen 5'2", the Lady Gaga documentary?
No,
The
I don't think I
newer
have
one?
actually. The newer one?
No, it's
No,
from
no,
a
the new
couple.
one's Tony. Yeah, no, okay, I
Yeah.
have
It's
it.
from a couple years back, but there's like a scene in that documentary where she like plays like an iPhone recording of the title track Joanne for her like grandma, who it's like about her sister. Nikki, is this right?
Oh, I
I,
didn't know that
I'm
Joanne's
asking
about
my.
her. Oh, that's wild.
Yeah.
I mean, I love the song.
Okay,
Yeah, we're asking the audience. Yeah, we have to
yeah,
know.
I had to ask my boyfriend. I was like, "Am I remembering this
Yeah.
correctly?" But she like plays like a recording of the title track for her like grandma, and she's like literally like they're sitting at like a kitchen table or like dining room table, and she's like got
Yeah.
the iPhone like up to her grandma's ear, and then when it's over, her grandma she says something so funny. There's just kind of like that was great.
And she's like, but there should be more. Why?
Yeah, and like you can see that like Stephanie Germanato's like really like kind of cloying for like a
Oh,
reaction. It's like
She
it's
wants
honestly it's very earnestly beautiful, but like I think I felt seen in that moment because I was like, that's so my mom with like music
Yeah.
shit. Like
Sometimes I
she's
feel like some people just don't know how to react to, they don't maybe get the same type of reactions to music like some of us do. When you hear something, it speaks to a deeper level. Not everyone is like that, I guess, sometimes. And also, maybe it's a little awkward sometimes. You're like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm being like, this is beautiful. But also, like, I know I have trouble taking compliments and taking things like that. Ugh.
yes.
Yeah.
I think everything happened the way it should with her because it's just like I also suck at taking compliments. So like if she was overjoyed by something, I'd be like, who are you? What is
Right.
happening?
Now you're being weird about this.
Like I played that out in my mind and it was not supposed to actually happen like that.
I'd just like to say on that Joanne record, the best track is Pinot Grigio, girls. That all might be a top 3 Gaga track to me personally. It's like it's Pinot Grigio, girls, dope, and what's the Springsteen sounding song?
You and I.
You would.
No,
God,
the
that is my favorite.
the piano where there's the sax solo even.
Oh, there's like
Oh.
Edge of Glory.
Tonight, yeah, baby, tonight.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
Edge of Glory, yeah.
Edge of
Yeah,
Glory.
Edge of Glory, Edge of Glory. That's my
It's
yeah.
a fantastic song.
While we're on the topic, Carl, can I get a top 3 Lady Gaga tracks?
Oh my God.
yeah,
Well, it's
yeah.
funny that you bring up Grigio Girls because that's definitely up there. My boyfriend and I just did that at karaoke last weekend. I love
Sick.
that song.
So sick.
I would say before it went insanely viral, number 2 would be Bloody Mary, but I'm now on
Yeah.
a kind of like rocky path with that song where I'm like, okay.
Thanks to Wednesday, yeah.
Yeah, I
When
don't
it
need to
just,
hear it at 500 BPM. Like I liked it originally.
yes.
And then number 3, which is probably technically my number 1, is So Happy I Could Die off of the Fame Monster. That song is
Oh, that is a great song.
I'd like to go
You and I
back
would
and
be
add
up there
Summer
for me.
Boys to mine. Yeah, I'm going back.
Rob, you're
Yeah.
obsessed with the deep cuts. I'm obsessed with this.
Yeah,
Summer Boy is so good.
Yeah, I know.
Rob always surprises me in what his choices
Honorary,
are.
very
with honors.
honorary one of the girls. Way more for one of the girls than I would normally be for a straight bro with sports memorabilia behind
Oh,
me. Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
behind closed doors, you freaking got your paws up. I see though.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, we leave the door open even. We don't even give a fuck.
He does. It's all good.
That's beautiful.
That's wicked. So, the Say Anything. How did that happen?
The
Your
Max
father?
Bemis of it all. Did Max
Yeah.
Bemis DM you? Like, that's how he does it.
I have no comment on that. I will say, so in 2014, I think this is actually like such an interesting and funny story. It's kind of lost to the sands of time now, but in 2014, Museum Mouth was putting out our 3rd record, Alex I'm Nothing, and we premiered one of our singles, I think it was Crocodile, on the same day that one of the tracks from Hebrews was premiering online.
Nice.
And then I'm sure you're both familiar with the website punknews.org? Wow, that
Yeah.
felt like a sleeper phrase,
Punknews.org.
like
Yes.
awakening inside of my brain. Punknews.org.
Wow, I haven't attended that domain in years, but I put some numbers.
Is it still
in
an
on that.
active domain?
Oh my gosh, should we buy it?
Yeah,
should,
yeah.
yes.
I got 5 on that shit.
Like Ordcore. Like I feel like there was a 3-year phase in my life where I like had to only play
Everything
shows
was
with
org.
Ordcore bands.
Oh my god! I literally this morning almost made like a TikTok post. Where it was gonna be something about how like back in my day we had different jobs. I don't know, some shit. Where is it about Ordcore? Because I was kind of like an Ordcore kid, and I was like, it's not gonna resonate. Enough people won't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Apparently, I'm wrong.
I mean, I would that TikTok would be for me. I would get it.
it's well, we're the same age. Yeah, I'm a year older than you, so it's like it's very clearly. Yeah, you've got to be 33 to 41 to get that.
Yes. Okay, so punknews.org covered both single releases because they were they were back to back on the feed. But when you clicked on our post about the Museum Mouth song, it was actually the Say Anything song they had embedded. So
Oh.
I just tweeted
Easy
at the time sure, yes. At the time I was deeply in online terror. I'm so glad I've like gotten that out of my system. But I
Shout out
just
running your mouth on
tweeted
Twitter. Yeah.
I know.
Yes.
Oh my God. Anyway, so I tweeted at Max Bemis being like, my boyfriend just dropped something. No, don't, Nikki, you don't have to apologize. You sounded so sad. Um, I tweeted at Max Bemis being like, everyone says the new Museum Mouth song sounds like a Say Anything song, like you be the judge. And then like I replied being like, okay, but actually if you do want to hear our song, here's like the link to it on Noisy or whatever.
Yeah.
And he liked the tweets, he responded, he followed, it like started this like funny online friendship. Like 6 months later, fast forward 6 months later, he like hit me up being like, I'm starting an imprint at Equal Vision and I'm wondering if you guys are working on a record, would you like to sign? And I was like, yes, absolutely. um so we did that. We like got courted by Equal Vision. It was very fun, very cool, very crazy, signing a contract that's like a jillion pages long and having to hire a lawyer to do it, something I never thought I'd have to do. But so we did that. We like put out a record on his imprint on Equal Vision. We toured with Say Anything in 2016. And then in sometime in 2017, Max hit me up and was like, I'm working on this record. It's called Oliver Appropriate. It's like about kind of like me coming out as a bisexual man. Like, would you be interested in working on it? And I was like, send me the demos. I'm curious. And he sent me the demos. And I was like, immediately, I was like, I have to be part of this because these songs rock. So that's how that happened. And it's really insane. Drove up to Philly and like recorded with Will Yip in his studio, which was very crazy. First time I'd ever been in like a real recording studio. I was always
First one you go in is Will Yip's studio.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, and I'm like singing in front of him, and again, like to throw it back, like I would record in my bedroom and just layer vocal after vocal after vocal. So like your father is like one vocal take of mine. I don't think I'd ever heard just one vocal take of mine on a finished product before that, and I was like, oh, this sounds crazy. I don't know if I like this.
Like, this is a little too vulnerable. Yeah.
Yes.
I'm used to like wall of reverb, not just one dry vocal. But yeah, so we recorded the record in Conshohocken with Will Yip. It was really fun. And then I had no idea it was going to be like the quote unquote like final Say Anything record for like a blip of time. So we didn't really get a chance to ever tour on it until like 2019, where Max did like a solo tour. Museum Mouth opened again, and like Max and I would like join forces like halfway through the set and play a couple of those songs together. It was really fun.
Oh, it's amazing.
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you guys still do any work together now, or you are still friends?
We're friends. We text, but like I don't know. The Say Anything stuff that's coming out now is so ballistic, and I feel like I am the most like simple songwriter of all time. Like I've been practicing an acoustic set for the past like 3 or 4 days, and it's like hilarious how much it's like just like one open string and then me sliding one finger around on the fretboard. And like Max is out here writing these songs that it's like I couldn't even like conceive of like how you're doing this or what's going on even. And I love that. I think it's so fun. Like I can't wait to get to that point in like my life where I'm like making ballistic music like that, because I know it will happen. But like right now I'm just like, I need to be focusing on me.
Yeah.
Is Max a little more of like is he more of like a mad scientist than people think? Like, is he?
Well, what's funny is I would say yes, but I think that the common consensus is that he is a mad scientist. So I'm like, just take that, like take what you think you know about him being like a mad scientist when it comes to music, and like times it by like 100.
Wow.
Cool. Like oh, I'm sorry. I feel so bad. I feel like I just keep talking over you guys, but like with Writing Your Father, like that song on the record, I like played it for him like twice in front of him, and then he just like took it and like ran with it and like recorded the synth solo in like 2 or 3 takes, just making it up on the spot. And I'm just like, I would be laboring over this for like months, and you're just doing it in like seconds. Like it just like flies out of him.
What did you since you've been working with Max, have you taken anything from his process in terms of writing music, producing music, that you've taken to your own music?
I mean, I think
anything from him?
Yes, definitely. Like, I think just watching him in the studio too has been like really like, that was when that happened to me in like 2018. It was really empowering, and it's now definitely how like I approach like recording in the studio too, where it's just kind of like, if you don't have an idea already in the demo, just like make it up on the spot, like just keep experimenting. Like truly watching him throw so much shit at the wall and then seeing like what actually stuck is just really cool. And like the like liberty and like the privilege to like be able to do that in the studio like is so incredible. Like I felt lucky getting to like watch someone do that.
Yeah. that has to, and I'm sure for him, like the time, as long as he's been doing it, there's a confidence level there, right? That he probably just innately has. He's gotten so used to it. Like, and to build that confidence has to be so like difficult, especially when you're creating art, right?
Yes.
Because yeah, it's always going to be a little bit a blow to your confidence sometimes because you have other people taking and perceiving your art.
Yes, absolutely. And like at the time, like joining that band for that record, I was kind of like, this is definitely how a lot of the world is going to meet me. And again, like one vocal take on my song, which is so scary, but it felt good to like play drums on the record. It felt good to kind of like just, put my little touch here and there. And yeah, it definitely felt like I can like viscerally like think back to the feeling of like sitting there watching him do that and being like, okay, I'm on like step 2 and I thought it only went to like 10, but you're on like 12 and it's very cool to see.
This seems to be infinite. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Okay. Very, very good to know. I think Max is an interesting character in our world, and I think that because of parasociality and the like, people have this or that. But at the end of the day, like straight talent wise, like there was a while where he was kind of like the Kanye or something of our scene for a reason, not with the, the anti-Semitic stuff or anything, obviously.
Yeah, not with any of the bad stuff.
Literally kind of the opposite. Yeah. Yeah. Like
actually kind of the opposite.
Quite the other way, but
yeah.
No. So that's cool to hear. With getting into that, is there like a bit of like imposter syndrome, like what the fuck am I doing kind of thing?
Yeah.
Like at what point did you kind of say, okay, this is cool, like I kind of belong here?
I think I don't think I ever got there. I don't think I ever got to like this is cool, I belong here feeling. Like I think I'm even still searching for it, but I do think when the record came out and just seeing how like having toured with Max, like, and seeing how diehard the fans are, to see so many of those, like, Say Anything Stands, that, like, have followed me and I followed back and, like, we have, like, fun rapport, like, seeing them, like, love the record, I was just like, oh, like, we did it. Like, the whole time I was in the studio feeling uncomfortable and feeling freaked out and, like, a fish out of water, like, we were really cooking, and that was a really cool feeling, especially with that, like, that blip of time when it felt like that was gonna be, like, the last Say Anything record. I was like, wow, we really, like, kind of went out with a bang.
Yeah.
So, yeah, definitely a crazy ride to have been on.
Yeah. And so you've worked with the Museum Mouth, you've gotten to be a Say Anything, but Gay Meat is essentially almost like a solo project of sorts, correct? So do you anticipate it ever becoming more than just you, or is this going to be just Karl
I think
and producers?
yeah, I think it'll probably just be me. I would love to rekindle Museum Mouth at some point in time, like, if it felt right. I would love to, start, like, a band for fun, but I think, like, at this point, as, like, a songwriter pursuing a career, like, I think that it just makes sense for it to just be me.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, and working with producers is so fun and insane, and, like, I get why pop stars do it.
It's kind of
That's
neat,
right.
yeah. You can take it in different directions.
Yeah.
Yeah. They need that extra viewpoint. But for you, since you've been in a band and also a couple of bands now, and now you're a solo artist, what do you feel like is the biggest difference, or what are some of the differences or pros and cons that you've, to being a solo artist versus being in a band and vice versa?
I think that there is, like, obviously a camaraderie in a band that is so beautiful. Like, I think everyone I've ever been in a band with, like, we have viewed each other as family. And I think that I do obviously miss that, but I do have this beautiful luxury now as, like, a solo artist that, like, I will play for, like, long periods of time with the same, like, live lineup. And I feel like you kind of start to build something similar to that with them.
True.
I think that the act of writing songs now has become, like, much more internal to me. Like, I'm not ever taking a demo that's, like, 30% done and showing it to a bandmate and being like, "What do you think of this?" Like, it's like, it's something I just kind of toil over alone in my, like, free time. Like, I've been working on a new song for the last week, and I just, like, have spent every waking moment just, like, thinking about it and demoing it, like, 100 times on my phone and being like, "Okay, like, what was that bridge melody?" And, like, digging through, like, the notes, It's just, like, it has become such a more, like insular, solitary act, and I like that, about it because that is new to me. Like, this is definitely the first time I've ever kind of gotten to just, like, toil in just my own feelings and, like, bottle them up and then, like, eventually show them to someone when I think they're, like, done, which is a cool feeling.
Yeah. and then
Puts a little more
they're
on
yours.
you too, you know.
That's true. That does. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, and like in all the bands I've ever been into, with the exception of Say Anything, like especially Museum Mouth and bands I was in high school, I felt like I was always very much in the driver's seat. So like I was always willing to like fall on the sword for the group if anything like didn't hit, with audiences. And now it's like solely me, and I'm like, oh, I'm so good at falling on the sword.
Right,
Like I've
yeah.
had all this training.
Yeah, that's true, right? You're like, I could take it. It's fine.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, the single flopped. Like I have no one to blame but me. So work.
Sometimes it's nice, and you don't have
Yeah.
to. For better or worse, they're both good
Yeah.
situations, but it's like exactly like you said, it's all on you. You can't be like, well, the drummer and the bass player couldn't do this to her, and that would have helped a lot. There's no fucking excuses. It's on you.
Yeah, and I think like I watched like especially towards the tail end of Museum Mouth, I watched so many friends like start solo projects that just kind of like blew up, or like
Yeah.
acquaintances or like like heroes of mine doing it, and I was just kind of like that must be like so nice. It just has to be
Yeah.
different. It has to be like interesting. Like I think watching Katie Crutchfield like pursue Waxahachie to the ends of the earth, I was kind of like, wow, like she's kind of always been like a North Star for me. We like played with P.S. Eliot in 2009, 2010, and I was always just kind of like I admired her songwriting so much, and like watching her and Allison go solo and do the whole thing, I was like, this is really cool to me. So it's
Yeah.
fun that I've like had this time now to make my little moment like that.
I love it. And you said you've been practicing acoustic, so you have a show coming up. Is that correct?
Yes. So we're recording
Yeah.
this on a Wednesday, but I am playing like my
Yeah.
first, I think this is the second time I've ever played like a Gay Meat just like solo set, like me sitting down with acoustic guitar and like laying it all out, flaws and all.
Yeah.
That's
so,
exciting.
Yeah, it'll be it'll be very fun, and it's a very cool show that I feel very lucky to have gotten the offer to play. So
Yeah. So when you do like an acoustic, so like this is your second one now, you said. So when you're doing an acoustic like set, do you storytell in between? I've been to a Hawthorne Heights one, and JT like in between
Oh, that
each
motherfucker
song
be
has to
yapping.
give you like a 5-minute story before you play the next one.
oh,
So
sister, we are talking tomorrow night.
Okay,
We are
good.
talking down.
Yes.
I'm like, you're literally, you don't know it, you beautiful, vulnerable people in the audience, but you're signing up for me, like, just kind of talking at you for at least
love
15
that.
minutes of this 30-minute
My
slot.
motherfucking microphone. You're like,
Yeah.
you know?
I think I like chopped off like 10 songs. I was like, I can play these songs. And like slowly I've just like whittled it down, being like, okay, this one's kind of hard. I'll just talk.
Yeah. Here comes the talk.
So where's it at?
It's at Lincoln Hall in Chicago.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Which I think is like associated with Audio Tree. Everyone on the emaws are like all Audio Tree people. And I'm like,
Yeah.
oh,
Oh,
like,
yeah, I think so. Yeah.
let me impress
Very
you and then
cool.
let's book a sesh.
Oh.
Are you
but
you're based in Chicago now?
No, but
Oh, but you're gonna be in Chicago tomorrow.
yeah, I will be
Yeah,
in
we'll
Chicago
figure it out.
tomorrow. I was
Yeah.
in my journey, it was like I was a lifelong like North Carolinian. I
Mhm.
only moved away in like December of 2022, and I moved to Chicago to like move in with my boyfriend. We had been long
Okay.
distance before that, and our Chicago era together as like a couple was so short because he immediately graduated community college, got into a school in Champaign, Illinois, and then we just moved from Chicago down to Champaign.
Oh
So
yeah, shout out,
okay.
yeah, recent graduate too, yeah.
I know, yes, but so that was all like 2023 through December of this past year, and now we
Oh,
just
wow.
moved again to Oshkosh, Wisconsin.
Ooh.
Wow.
You ever heard of it?
I know what Oshkosh Bagosh
yeah, we
is,
have
but that's
actually.
like a
This is weird how
children's
many bands we've
apparel
had
line.
from Oshkosh
Yeah.
Bagosh is what you're thinking
Yeah,
of.
that's what I always
The amount
think
of bands
yeah.
we've had from fucking Wisconsin now, like
Actually
this
is
weird.
insane.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is. Yeah, per capita wise, yeah, it's might
It's
be
a lot
number
of-
one.
Yeah.
It's kind of a
Yeah.
hotbed for like whatever wave of emo we're in,
Right?
which is
Yeah,
really
no,
I
exciting
think so
to
too.
me.
Yeah, yeah.
And
And
100%.
what's-
bands from there.
It's so funny too because I like posted about moving to Oshkosh, and my publicist emailed me being like, "This is so random, but like one of my other clients lives there," and I was like, "Who?" And she was like, "Kenny Hoopla," and I was like, "What?"
Who
Yeah.
lives in Wisconsin?
I was like, "What?"
I didn't know Kenny was
I figured he lived here in LA.
Well, I think he's like a bi-coastal beauty of sorts, where like
Okay.
he's back and forth. But I was like, that is so crazy to think that his hometown is Oshkosh.
Well, Andy Hurley from Fall Out Boy used to live in Wisconsin for a long time. I think he like just moved to LA when he married his new wife, well, his only wife, Meredith Hurley. So yeah,
His
I
new
was saying he's
wife.
never been married before. I was saying his new wife, but yeah, he lived in Wisconsin forever. Did not live in LA for a long time.
It's like I've always been obsessed with kind of like living in the middle of fucking nowhere and like making
Hey,
it work. You know, like I would love to move to
amen.
LA. Okay.
I live in
Magical.
Kentucky, and we literally right before this we came on the air with you. We were having a conversation about why I don't live
I was
in
trying
LA.
to coax her into moving to LA, and then she went
And I
and
was
looked
like-
up how much it costs. It fucked me, Karl. Yeah.
I said I live in a 4-bedroom, like almost 3,000 square foot home, and my monthly mortgage is still less than a studio apartment in LA. That is why I live in Kentucky. I'll take a flight every once in a while to LA. That's fine. I can manage that.
There we go.
I feel the
You can take a
exact
flight
same
with
way.
the saved
Right?
money, yeah, on the mortgage.
And I'm still close to like Chicago's only 6 hours for us. I mean, I go there all the time. Like, I mean, I have Nashville, Chicago, Columbus. I have all the, yes, our state is extremely racist and homophobic and terrible, except for our governor's pretty cool, but I don't know how he got elected. I'm still shocked by that.
Kentucky is so beautiful. Like I will
Oh, it
always
is,
go
yeah.
I will always go to bat for those like states like right on the like the
Thanks.
what is that fucking called? The Mason is that the
Mason-Dixon
Mason-Dixon
line?
line?
Mason-Dixon.
Yeah, Mason-Dixon line.
God, I haven't thought about geography in so long.
No.
I never
I don't
think
believe
about
in it. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I feel like with Museum Mouth, like we got so many incredible opportunities living in the middle of fucking nowhere. Like,
Yeah.
like technology, I'm like at this point, like if you're not like maximizing your reach via tech, like what are you doing? Like
Yeah, it's true.
you can make a career happen anywhere. And music
That's true.
especially, it's just like I mean, I still to this day, like I think my POV in terms of songwriting and like just who I am is so informed by like the rural queer experience. And like I will just I love that about me. I don't
Yeah.
want to change that. So
Well, and that's not an experience that, I mean, there's a lot of people who have that experience, but it's not amplified, right? So you're giving it a voice that we don't have in mainstream media currently.
yeah, absolutely. And I think that it like just, it informs like a unique POV. Like I'm not trying to say like I'm fucking special or something, but like, I don't hear a lot of I
Which
don't
is-
see a lot
no,
of people like me, and I don't really hear a lot of people like me doing what I do. So I'm just happy
Yeah.
to like get to do it, and
I'd
any
imagine
opportunity I
that
get, I'm just
that
elated.
experience is more universal than like the media lets on, but like they kind of citify it or something like that when it comes to like
Yes.
television and media. But like the average young gay kid is like living in some fucking town that like that, and it's like
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you're absolutely right. Like, the United States is so fucking huge. And, like, every time I'm, like, in an A market or a big city, I'm always just kind of like, oh, I, like, get it. But, like, I'm so
Yeah.
happy to go back to my, like, for years I would joke living in Southport, North Carolina, that I was, like, one of those crabs that lives next to, like, a toxic vent at the bottom of the ocean. I'm like, I like my little toxic vent, Like, I like being in the middle of nowhere, doing my little girly thing.
Yeah, just doing your thing.
what is the like you're talking about like tech, but like the bands you guys were based in Wilmington, right?
Yeah, like, we claimed Wilmington because it was, like, the closest big city. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Makes sense.
Southport, right? Southport,
Mhm.
technically. Yeah, I'm loosely aware of North Carolinian geography. What was the Wilmington scene like? Was there much of a music scene there at all? Is there
There-
today?
There was like definitely like our era too. I felt like very lucky, and there were kind of like bigger bands of like the generation before us, like like if you're thinking about in like high school, it's like the kids that graduated like when we were freshmen. Like
Yeah.
He Is Legend was like a band that was so
shit.
huge from
Mhm.
Wilmington. Yeah. And that like I think watching their kind of like meteoric rise kind of really put it in like view for my generation of people that like, oh, you can like do this, like a
Yeah.
band from here can like blow up. Like Weed Eater is another band from that area. Valiant Thor has like claimed Wilmington off and on, I believe. Like it's definitely a different genre of music than we were in, but it was like always like, okay, like you can do that. But
Yeah.
I feel like with Museum Mouth we like got so lucky, and we kind of like were maybe like second or third in this like wave of bands that then like inspired all these young people to then start playing music, and we just constantly play shows with them. And there was like a great community from like 2012 through like 2015, 2016.
Yeah.
And then, as life happened, and especially as like all of us got older, I think we kind of like aged out of it a little bit. Like the band got bigger, we got older, and then eventually, we all kind of dispersed. So I really don't know what it's like back there now. I haven't played a show there since 2022, and that was like a really early Gay Meet show before I moved. So
Is it weird going back now?
it
'Cause
is.
that's where
And
you went there with your mom, like the last few years with your mom were
Yeah.
there as well, right?
yeah, so I was
Yeah.
still living there when everything happened with my mom. I was like living in Wilmington.
Oh,
She was
okay.
living in Southport. So like
Okay.
that was like all still happening there. But my boyfriend and I actually just went back for the first time since I moved pretty recently. I guess like end of the summer, we went back
Okay.
for a week, and it was so crazy. Like it was really insane circumstances to have to go back. It was kind of like an emergency visit, but just
Yeah.
like being back there, I was like, my brain is like breaking. Like this
Yeah.
place that I spent so much time in, and like I could draw you a picture of like everywhere I love there. But like being back in front of it again, I was like having an out of body experience where I was like, okay, some things are the same, but some things are different. And like, I don't
Yeah.
know. It's so weird being a person and like interacting with the
Yeah.
world.
No, it is. I feel the same way. I'm not from Kentucky. I'm from Pennsylvania, but like I grew up in like Harrisburg, and I could tell you everything about Harrisburg and Nolan, Mechanicsburg. And then, but every time I go back now, and my family still lives there, it just always feels like a little out of body experience because it is my home, but it hasn't been my home in so long. Right.
Yes.
And things have changed. Even the area I grew up in is huge, like compared to when I graduated. They graduate way more kids now than when I was a senior in high school. Like it's so weird. It's not the same, but it is.
I
So it's home, but
know.
it's not home.
I know,
Yeah.
and that like concept of like the snapshot you have and like actual
Yes.
time like interacting with that, it's just kind of like, oh, this is so surreal.
Yes. I feel like that would make a great song. To
Oh,
talk
I
about.
mean,
Yeah,
I'm taking
it is.
notes.
Right
It
now,
is.
take
Yeah,
it
it pays
Uh,
paradise. They poop a parking lot. I think is
That's
that
right.
Joni Mitchell? Yeah,
I
Yeah.
think
I
it might
thought
be a
that- yeah.
Nickelback song a little bit.
yeah,
but we'll
County Crows
I'll
covered it.
photograph.
No, yeah.
Is
Fuck,
that with
that's-
Vanessa Carlton? I think she also sings on that.
she did? Counting Crows and Vanessa Carlton did do a cover of it. Yeah,
Yes,
they do
they
one
did
together.
do-
Yeah,
yes,
it was
they
like
did
for a
one, yeah.
soundtrack or something, maybe. Like
Yeah, it
fucking
had to have
Cars or
been.
Good old-
something. I don't know.
Shrek
probably-
9 or whatever.
It's probably Cars too. Yeah, no, that's
Probably
some
was
some
Cars.
Pixar money. Yeah, Adam Duritz. Yeah, he don't get off his couch unless you throw him that fucking Steve Jobs cash.
I don't know. DreamWorks money's pretty tight too these days.
Yeah, he did it for the DreamWorks money too. Yeah, it might have been.
My
I don't
boyfriend,
know.
my boyfriend had just rewatched Shrek for like the first time in a million years, and that movie is so bulletproof.
It's
it's really good.
100%.
The
I
younger
like the second
generation
one
really,
better, but
really
it's fun.
likes it a lot.
They do.
I've seen it. Like it's like right after the pandemic, I started seeing like Shrek raves were popping up and stuff like
Oh,
that.
yeah.
The kids, they're plurring to Shrek. Yeah, it's a scene.
Wait, but have you all seen the newest Puss in Boots Last Wish?
I haven't
Have you
seen any of
that?
the Puss in Boots films.
Because you need to see that one because it changes the game. It's actually a fantastic film, and the animation is off the charts. It's better than anything, and you need to see it. It actually made me cry, and it's a Puss in Boots film, but it makes you
Sick.
cry, like especially when
I'm
you're
in.
older. Like, yeah, you have to.
I
And
have
I
a
think it's
friend
setting up
who-
for a new Shrek 2's coming
Oh.
out as well.
Okay, so I had a friend who is like, I trust their letterbox reviews like the word from God, and that
Yes.
was like one of their highest rated movies
Oh,
the
yeah.
year it came out, and I was like, okay, I have to see this.
Your friend is right, and I trust your friend's instinct too. So there you go.
Okay.
Yes,
So funny.
Yes.
Puss in Boots
Uh,
2. This is the second one. This is the
Last
sequel.
Wish.
Because the
Mhm,
first one
yeah.
is like 2005 or something, right? It's like
Yeah, it's been a long
Okay.
time. Yeah. And this one, it's like Puss in Boots is like basically he's running away from death, essentially. So it's very, especially for
really
all of us
fucking
who are,
existential. Yeah.
oh, it's very existential, but it is
Fuck.
fantastic.
Wait, what
Yeah,
life
it's-
is he on? Because cats have 9 lives. Is he
He's
on
not,
his 9?
yes, he's on his 9. He's on his 9th life, and they keep warning him he can't can't play it safe. He has to play it safe. He can't be crazy anymore. but then Death is now following him, and Death is a terrifying like wolf, and it is incredible. Yeah, you
This
gotta
sounds
watch
great.
it.
I am so
You have
sold. I
to.
will be
You
queuing it
have
up
to.
immediately.
You got
Yeah,
to,
this
Carl. Oh my god! And then
sounds-
let me know what you think. DM
Okay.
me on Instagram. Let me know what
I
you think. 'Cause
absolutely
wanna
will.
hear what's-
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. And the animation alone, like, it's so 10 times better than the Shrek animation. Like, this is a whole new style
Oh,
of animation. Is beautiful. So yeah, check it out.
I
This
absolutely
is my
will.
recommendation for
Sorry.
in the middle of the, sorry.
I
in the
can
middle of the
literally
video.
see the pod getting clipped right here, and like
yeah,
the
yeah. No, the
social
Puss in
posts
Boots
about
clip is
Puss in
definitely
Boots.
yeah. CZB market. Like, like semi-related actually to Shrek. I'm going to send this to you as well. There's an article that kind of based on All Star blowing up because of the first Shrek, and it's a oral history of the song All Star. And Steve Hartwell, the former singer of Smash Mouth, rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
There is some god level fucking quotes in there from him where he's just like, I changed music. Like nobody could sing that song like I sung that song. I go back and reread this like once a year. It makes me feel good. I'm gonna send it to you guys. Shout out Shrek.
And I
Yes,
can't wait
shout
to
out
read.
Shrek.
I completely believe that. Like, I
Same.
believe that with him, about him, for him. Like, it just
Mhm.
makes so much sense.
Right?
Like,
I was kind of like it's like what the I guess like yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, who
Needs
else
your
sounded
voice.
like him during that era?
No one.
Like, no one.
Yeah.
I feel that way, like, sometimes with my songs where I'm like, I literally can't imagine anyone else singing this because I sound
Mm-mm.
crazy. I only sound like me. Like, no one sounds like me, for better or for
Yeah.
worse.
And
Is
that's a
there a
good thing,
solo?
though.
Speaking of that, is there a solo version of your father? Like, just like, is there like a Carl's version out there that I haven't found that's obvious?
There's a minute and 15 seconds of me singing it and playing an electric guitar now plugged in on my iPhone. I can text it to you. It's
Yeah.
the absolute genius of that song.
No
And I
offense
think
to
that's-
Mr. Bemis, but I remember like my commentary on that song was like, I want to hear Carl sing this. So like, this is a
Yes.
heavy song. Like, I want that. Like, there's a different level of emotion that would come. Like, yes,
Well, I mean, that
hidden
is my
track over.
vocal on like the record. Like Max
Yeah.
literally just like yells in the background on that song. And he said something so crazy to me when we were in the studio recording that song. He was like, I think this is the first time that someone who's not me has lead vocals on a Say Anything song. And I was like, you need to not tell me that because I will
So much
spiral
pressure.
on that. Yeah.
Oh,
There is inherently pressure with that sentence, and I cannot be thinking about that.
Yeah. You're like, don't
Okay.
tell me that.
Don't put that on me, bro.
No. My gosh. So funny.
What's your favorite
So-
song on the new record?
Yeah, what's your
Oh,
favorite song?
my gosh. I think the Powerball is my like
Mm.
number one. Like I just really like I cannot believe that is a song that has my name attached to it. I can't believe it like came out of me. My friend Alex, who played all the like electric piano parts on it, so he has a writing credit on the song because he like completely changed it. And then Sarah singing on top of it. It just like I can't believe that's my song.
Yeah.
It will always blow my mind. But currently, Simple Life is like on the up and ups. Like, you know, like if the songs are always trading stocks, like
Yeah, if
Single
they
Life,
had a top 8,
Simple
yeah.
Life, yeah, Simple Life is going up for me. Where I'm like, I
love
haven't
that.
spent a ton of time with that song, especially not the finished version. But like Lamont Brown from Arnie used to be in It Looks Sad, like sang on that song, and it just like changed it for me. So I've been streaming the fuck out of that on my own website.
It sucks these streams don't count for anything right now. Like,
I know, right?
Yeah, you know, it's fine. Someone else will hopefully will get as obsessed with it as I am when it comes out.
there we go.
Yeah. I love that. So, besides the new album, what else is on the horizon for Gay Meat?
My gosh, who even knows? I'm very excited to book and play some shows in support of this
Mhm.
record. You know, if either of you know a booking agent with an opening, let them know I'm looking.
We do
don't
know
know
some
booking
booking agents.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like,
know a
wait a
couple
minute.
I know a couple of them
Wait
actually.
a
Yeah, I
minute.
got you.
We do, yeah.
Yeah, okay. I'm just
Yeah,
IJS, you know, like if they have a gay meat-sized hole in their roster, I'd love a little help.
Okay.
Make a gay meat-sized hole, yeah.
I think we can, yeah. I think we can find some folks.
Depending how
Yes.
cold it is, yeah.
Oh my God. Okay, so playing some shows is definitely on the horizon. I have like a harebrained scheme to like, you know, if all goes well with this and people care about this record, which would be incredible. Like I have a harebrained scheme to package up all the singles and like the EP and everything I have on streaming now and just like compilation with a couple new songs, like just so that it looks a little cleaner.
Yeah.
You know, like if you're into buying physical media, with any luck, there'll be a physical release. If you're into just streaming media, at least it would look better on your streaming app of choice if it wasn't a million single songs. So that's definitely on the horizon. And again, I wrote a new song this week, so LP2 coming down the pipeline sometime.
Sick.
Hey, there we go. I love that. That is very good.
That's great. For this one, I mean, was a lot of the recording done? Like, did you DIY this shit a little? Like you mentioned the other producers, were you going to their studios, or was it a lot of file sharing?
So it's a good mix, but like I would say the bulk of it was recorded in like their studio. Like my friend Brett has like a studio. It's like his house is a studio. He like lives in it.
Okay.
I wouldn't call it a home studio because it's like on another level. It's like freaky how like
It's a
insane
studio
it is.
first,
It's
Yeah.
it's a studio that just also
House
has
second.
bedrooms.
Yeah, this motherfucker just got a bed
Yeah,
there.
you actually have to walk through the kitchen to get to the live room, and I think that the live room gets way more traction than the actual kitchen. So like it is a studio that like people
Yeah.
also just happen to live in. So I recorded a lot of it with Brett in his like house studio. I literally just stomped on the thing I was trying to justify not doing by calling it a home studio.
Right, yeah.
But the bulk of it was recorded there, and it's called B&B Audio in Chapel Hill. And it's funny, when we first started recording the rhythm guitar stuff, Brett and I, in like 2019, it was just Brett. And then over the course of the million years between now and the record getting done, he like
Yeah.
brought in like a studio partner named Alex, who then of course is like all over the record too. So it was recorded in like chunks there over time, but I like kept finding it hard to work on this, with
Yeah.
I'm sure anyone who has experienced like the tumultuous waters of grief like can relate to that feeling, where it's just kind of like getting myself back into that headspace was so hard, and doing it over and over again, and like blocking out a week or two of your like life. Like I've always been someone who has like a part-time job on top of music. Like I've always been
Yeah.
like a million little hustles to like get by. Like it's hard to do that. So it's like even harder to first do that, but then also to like throw yourself into like emotional turmoil doing it. Like it was just a really long process. But yeah, in terms of like all the guest vocals, all that stuff was file sharing. At like a point in time, like some of the synth ideas were going through some file sharing, and then we just ended up using a lot of the ones from the demos. Like it's a hodgepodge, and we like took a million roads like on this journey from 2019 to now making this. But I'm really proud of it.
It's beautiful. You have to be proud of it. I mean, it's, for that long period of time to see that finally come to fruition and see it come out, that has to be really exciting.
Yeah, it absolutely is. It's so surreal. Like the first time I listened to the first round of masters we even got, I was like, I can't fucking believe that like we're getting masters. Like we're so close to being done with this. It
Yeah.
is so surreal.
How gnarly is this like period between? 'Cause when did you finish recording it? That, I mean, probably sometime in the fall.
I finished recording it in like December of 2024 or January of 2025.
Okay.
So it's been a long time. And then
Gnarly.
yeah, we had really incredible board mixes for a long time. So I was like just listening to label after label after label, and having been in music for a million years, like just working every connect I could possibly
Yeah.
like think of for someone to release this. Because like obviously I love self-releasing. Museum Mouth did that forever, but like I
Yeah.
feel so out of the game on like how to do that well now. So I really wanted like the help of someone who like a label, like someone who was just like been releasing music and like knows the game now. And got really lucky that Skeletal Lightning was into it.
I love that.
And I just feel it's like we keep joking that like Pool Kids leaving Skeletal and going to Epitaph like left like a Carl shaped hole in their
There's a
roster.
meat-shaped hole there.
Yeah,
There's a
there you
meat-shaped
go.
hole.
Jump in
That's
the
where
pool.
it is. Yeah, so I feel very
Beautiful.
lucky that worked out. And like at the time when all that happened with Skeletal, I was working part-time at Polyvinyl, and Sean from Skeletal used to work at Polyvinyl too. So we like had this like kind of camaraderie of being like, oh, like, we know all these same people that all work behind the scenes in music. And a bunch of the people at Polyvinyl have been so unbelievably sweet about this record, and like, listening to it through all the different stages of it, and like helping like with release plan. And I don't know, it's just, I feel it took a long time to find a label home and like actually get the wheels like turning there, but like it was not for naught. I made a lot of great connections and like shopping the record around.
Skeletal Lightning, they have our friends Dikembe. Do you know
Yeah.
Dikembe at all?
I mean, of course,
We love them.
okay,
Yeah.
now I'm gonna joke about this being cut from the pod, but like do what you want. I was
Rob
believe in
cuts
it.
nothing from the pod.
I don't believe in
Trust
cutting.
me.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
was
I don't
the
believe in editing.
only employee at Tiny Engines when it blew up in 2019.
Oh, sick.
Like it was
Wow.
Chuck and Will, and then it was just me. Like I was like the
That's
one doing
crazy.
the mail order, and when it all blew up, I was also like lead designer and was like helping tons of bands with album art and layout and all this other crazy stuff. So I like have known of Dikembe for a million years. I love Steven. It feels really like funny and crazy that like he and I shared that like being Tiny Engines people, and now we like share being Skeletal Lightning people. I'm like, we can't escape each other. It's so cute.
I love that dude so much. It might be, yeah. Steven might be one.
Yeah.
Yeah, Steven, I think probably my top three. Like, I wish we were friends. Like, I wish you lived closer and we could just be friends, people. Like,
Yeah, great band, incredible songwriter too. Like
Yeah.
the Skeletal Crew is like great, and I love a label that like dedicates 100% of their like time, effort, and energy on like a release at a time. Like I feel really lucky to feel so coddled and like supported and uplifted and like focused on. When we were on Equal Vision, like I have nothing bad to say about Equal Vision, but I definitely felt like a small fish in a huge pond.
Yeah.
yeah,
And I can definitely
especially
see that.
2010s Equal Vision or so. Like that's
Yes,
kind of
exactly.
They were
bigger
all
label.
incredibly sweet to us, but it was very much like our first experience with like having to tell multiple people every little thing that was going on with us. Like I remember in 2017 we like announced a 2-week DIY tour and forgot to tell anyone at the label we were doing it because it was
Oh,
like
no.
separate from our booking agent and label. And like I remember sending the email like the day before it got announced being like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, but like we're doing this tour. And like at the time, like the PR person was like, I know you're doing the tour. I'm best friends with the other band you're doing it with. I wish you would have told me sooner, but like at least we already knew.
Oh
And I'm
my
like, oh my
Jesus.
God. It's like every day just like finding some new way to like smash egg on my face, dealing with that label where it's just like I'm not used to having staff I have to keep in the
Wait
loop
a
on
minute.
things.
If they already knew, why did they come to you? Why did they have to wait? Like,
I you know what? I don't even know.
like
It's
that's just
Yeah.
seems a little
Yeah.
okay.
Who was the other band?
Yeah.
they were called Young and Heartless, and they were a great band. I like loved
Young
them.
and
I think they were
Heartless.
on Hopeless at the time.
Yes. I was in a
Oh.
band called the Wild Young Hearts, so I was very familiar with the band with a very similar name.
Yeah. I was like, wait,
Yeah.
that sounds
Yeah.
like rock band.
Yeah, I was I would see the name pop up a lot. They'd come up above us when you put in like a couple words on Apple Music. It's frustrating.
You're fighting their
Goodness.
SEO.
Right? Yeah.
Well,
Fucking
I'm just here to say, if
killing
you
me.
had any ill will for them, they're great people. So take it back, Rob. I'm
not
just
at all.
kidding.
Yeah, no, they bang. They're good. That's dope. I'd like to ask people sometimes because it gets a good clip and it gets people upset about like their Mount Rushmore of things. And I realize I've never been in this. Like, I don't, I was trying to think and like, we've talked about Gaga and other artists. Like, what is the Mount Rushmore of queer artists? Maybe not necessarily themselves, but like of that world. What are
Like gay icons.
What are the four
icons, yeah.
the Mount Rushmore, the motherfuckers where you will stand up and salute and put your hand over the heart for those anthems? Like who are the four?
Okay, so currently, as of today, January 21st, 2026, if I'm putting my Mount Rushmore together of queer icon, queer adjacent, pop stars,
So
whatever.
smart to label
Yeah.
it by the day because
should,
because
you
it's
never know.
always
you can change your
changing,
mind
Diva.
tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's always changing. So obviously Gaga is up there. Yeah,
Of course.
Stephanie is deeply on the Mount Rushmore. Just this weekend, I was screaming about how for a long time, the only person even like putting any pressure on Gaga's spot for me was Kesha. So Kesha's
Oh,
here.
God,
She's
love
number
Kesha.
2.
Sick.
Yes.
Yeah, obsessed with her. I think
Yes.
as a citizen of modern times, I have to put Charlie XCX here at number 3.
There we go. Yep.
Mhm.
Charlie XCX.
Definitely. And then I
Yes.
think kind of a dark horse, but like she's really taking the world by storm. I'm so excited to see what even happens with her career next. I would put like Ethel Cain at number 4.
Oh,
Cain,
interesting.
okay.
I didn't
That
know
is
what you were.
interesting. Yeah.
Okay.
You gotta like represent the spectrum of like
Yes.
the things gay
Yes.
people like, and like Ethel Kane is definitely leading a very strong army of
Okay.
netizens, of freaks, of people that think that they understand art more than other people, of traumatized Christians. Like she's really like
Okay.
she has an army over here. She's got a crew. She's got shooters.
She
I
got
love that.
shooters. There we go.
Okay, Ethel
Okay, that's
Kane.
a well put, Mount Rushmore. She's weathered some controversy. She's came out on the other side,
Yes.
put out great music. Like you said, like that covers a large, like we're saying earlier with like underrepresented in the media. That is
Oh
a
yeah.
large chunk. Good, yeah. Way to cover the representation.
Thank
Yes. You're
you.
Yeah.
Thank
Well
you.
done. Well fucking
Yes.
done. Yeah. What's the story with the AI blouse?
Not the blouse.
He's
Yeah, the
excited.
AI blouse.
Yeah, okay. What's the story with the AI blouse? So
Yes.
I was at work and my boss at the time at Polyvinyl, his name is Chris Hassan. He's the most even-keeled, level-headed, sweetest, funniest person. A dad, you know, like he like is so like I trust him with my life. Like if my boyfriend wasn't my emergency contact, like Chris Hassan would probably be my emergency contact. So we're talking one day and he's very much on a soapbox, which is a little out of character for him unless he's talking about like Breaking Benjamin or something like that. He's like on a soapbox about how
Like pro
scared
Breaking Benjamin or anti Breaking Benjamin?
Okay, good. Okay, we're pro Breaking Benjamin here
Okay.
too.
We're
Not
not-
Rob, but
yeah,
I
there's a
am
divide.
fine.
Yeah,
Okay.
one half of the pod is. Okay, so
Yes.
yeah,
That's
he
no
like
official Breaking Benjamin endorsement.
he loves that like 2000s like I don't even like new metal adjacent
Butt
hard
rock.
rock. Yeah, butt
Yeah.
rock, sure.
Yeah.
Good
So
for him.
okay, so
Definitely a dad.
he's soapboxing not on Breaking Benjamin or POD or anything like that. He's soapboxing on how scared he is about the environmental impacts of AI. And I'm sitting
He's not
there.
wrong.
Okay, yes, of course, he's definitely not wrong.
Yeah.
I'm sitting there like, if Chris Hassan is freaked out about this, my fear in seeing him be scared could just instantly kill me. So
It's like
he's
being
literally
a kid and seeing your parents scared or something. You're like, that.
Yes.
Like, oh no.
absolutely. So in that moment, I'm literally like talking to him, and I'm like, okay, hold on. And I like pull out my phone and I like literally download like a white t-shirt blank. I open Instagram stories. I literally just type in the like serif font on Instagram, like, do not talk to me about AI. I will kill myself. Screenshot it, post on Twitter. It goes insanely viral. Had no like desire to really like make it, but like as someone who has been a terror online in their past, like I'm always thinking about content. And I was just kind
Yes.
of like, I know that someone out there will understand this sentiment. And it just blew up. And so then I started printing them, printed them by myself for like a year and shipped them all
Oh
out
my
using the
gosh.
Polyvinyl ShipStation account. And now Skeletal has very kindly taken it over and I don't have to do that anymore. Yeah, it's crazy. And it just like the legs that this shirt has, it is mind-boggling to me.
It
That is
really
fantastic.
fucking resonates. You know what I mean? Like,
Does Chris have a shirt?
He
he's got the crew neck hoodie.
I'm just asking. I mean, inspiration here.
I feel like there were a few people very close to me that were kind of like, okay, but like, you know, the suicide joke of it all is like a little distasteful. And I'm like, okay, but like I'm viewing this as me, as someone who like has had suicide like directly affect my life. Like at this point, I'm like, if I don't joke about it, I will just choose to like wallow in the fact that like that is something someone can do with their one human life or whatever they're going through. So I'm like, please don't yell at me about the suicide joke. I understand that it is distasteful, but at the same time, I can't not say that's how it makes me feel talking about AI. Like, it's so like, just don't do it. Everything about it is disgusting to me. Like, humans have skills for a reason.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't
There are
even.
just some things that humans have that a computer, I just don't think can have. Even if you try to create
I don't even really fuck
to,
with any technology like that at all. I'm very
No, absolutely. And then like especially like the whole conversation about AI and music, I'm like, bro, no. I'm like,
oh my god, keep going.
I was gonna say, if your like skill level in like creating melodies or playing an instrument, like if it sucks, I'm sorry.
Just don't
You
do it then.
just suck. And like you should
Yeah.
keep doing it to get better. Like
That's also
Yeah,
true.
and you can still have
we've
fun
all
with
been
it. You can still have
doing
fun. Yeah,
absolutely. Like
Yeah.
absolutely. I think like some of my favorite songs I've written are the lowest skill level imaginable, you know? Like
Yeah.
it's truly like
Still be good.
Some of
just
the funnest songs to sing are the lowest skill
Yeah.
imaginable.
absolutely. Like, just please be creative. Use your brain. And like, if you're insecure about your like chops in any sort of thing, like, don't be. Like, just share it. You know, just like keep doing it. Like, there's just so much beauty in like actually creating yourself and not having a
Yes.
computer do it for you.
Learn how to layer the fuck out of your vocals if you're insecure about
Yes.
you.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
learn how to
Exactly.
learn how to throw some effects on your guitar so it sounds bad on purpose, so no one's gonna judge you for
Exactly.
yeah. There's
There's
tricks
plenty of
around this.
tutorials on YouTube to teach you how to do all of that.
Yeah,
Yes.
that
It's
too.
not
Learning's
so
never
hard
been
anymore.
easier too. Like there's really
Oh yeah, exactly.
I had
yeah.
I had a guy like
There's
when
no
we first started the
excuse.
show. This guy I went to high school with was sending me these songs, and I was like, "These are fucking incredible, bro! Like, that's you? Yeah. I did this like I use this thing, Sonos, whatever the AI thing, Sonar, fucking solar system. I don't know, but he's like, yeah, I do this.
know
Like, you enter the prompts, tell what kind of song you want. I'm just like, he's like, you should have me come on the show. We'll talk about it. I'm like, we are not doing that, brother. Like,
No.
I'm pretty sure I got like 47 unread Facebook messages from him. I'm sorry, Jesse. Nice guy, but yeah. Sorry, Jesse.
This is how he finds out he's not getting on the show. Talk about
Yeah,
it.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry, Jesse. Yeah.
My gosh. Yeah. I'm like, go. If you're afraid of rolling in the mud, just go roll in the mud. Like,
Yeah.
don't have a computer do it for you. Like, there's just it's so rewarding to like actually create something yourself.
Yeah.
To roll in that fucking mud yourself too, like it's fun.
It's
fun.
fun.
The end result is not. You can speak like the end result of the song being done isn't the fun part. You know what I mean? That's not the part you're thinking. When you think of these songs in like 2 years, you're gonna remember like making them and the fucking like
Yeah.
you're talking about like this toiling over them and stuff like that. Like prompt. You know, like this.
Yeah.
I love
Prompt.
prompts.
I just think it speaks to a larger issue with just like general humankind, is just the fear of trying. Like, I think across the board, AI has, we've always had to try because we didn't have anything to help you. But now it's making it so humans don't have to try anymore, which we are wired to be afraid, but at the same time to overcome the fear. If we can't overcome fear, how do we
I
ever
love
grow?
trying.
Yeah.
Right? How do we evolve? The only reason our humankind has evolved to the point where we can create AI is because people tried and failed.
Exactly.
So if we stop doing it, then
Is this where it ends?
Where is there left for humans? Where do we go from here? Like, existentially, where do we go from here?
Do you guys
Yeah.
remember wonder? Like the feeling of wonder? Like, remember you like,
Yeah.
you're the same age. Like, remember you're like, we're like 10, 11, 12. Like if someone like said, if you weren't sure about something like Marilyn Manson's ribs or some sort of weird like thing, like you just, no one had a real answer for it. Yeah, I have an uncle that works at Nintendo. He says this is coming out in April. You didn't fucking know right away. Like immediately, like you can just, all right, I'll just like, you don't even Google it anymore. Like these people chat blop it, whatever. Like, and it's, you don't just like want to fucking like, you don't have to know the answer. Sometimes like
wonder is so important. I love that you're bringing this up. I was just thinking recently when the second gen of Pokemon came out, like Gold and Silver, I remember.
Oh God, I love the bringing up Pokemon.
Yeah, I mean, of course, of course.
Rob's learning so much about Pokemon on this podcast.
Yeah, I've learned a lot. Yeah.
When the second gen of Pokemon came out, there was like a random like magazine that like one of my friends at school had, and it was like these insanely crude kind of like fucked up drawings of what the Gen 2 Pokemon were going to look like, and some of them were really spot on and some of them were like really bad, but like that like I'll find a couple of the like Pokemon Instagram accounts will post them from time to time, and I have like I'm like, oh my gosh, like such a memory of this. Some of them are spot on, some of them are like really off, but like that like 6 to 8 month period where it's just kind of like all we had was this like crude map of what was coming, like that was so fun. And like you're right,
than the end result.
Yeah, like that feeling of wonder is very important.
Yeah. So I felt guessing what was going to happen in Avengers Endgame. like the wonder of like the teasers and all of the things that people were like saying, the theories. That was more fun than actually getting. Now it's over. Now it happened.
Is that
We
why
know the
those
answer.
shows? Is that why certain shows and movies become like so big
Oh
across?
yeah.
Like even Game of Thrones at the end, like
Oh
these
yeah.
are like the
because
last little
theories.
monoculture
Oh yeah.
moments where you can be excited
Yes.
and theorize together.
Me and my cousin have made like Game of Thrones is probably the last like monoculture event I think that we have had, like where you're sitting at the same time, everyone's watching the same thing at the same time, because it still came on HBO, because House of the Dragon stuff do, but not to the same extent as Game of Thrones is being played at like bars and stuff.
Or they'd all
right?
start it, and they'd all
Like,
start at like 7 p.m. or whatever it was.
8 p.m. Like, yeah, you could watch it on demand, but essentially it was going to be like on at this time. I think Game of Thrones is probably the last time that ever really truly happened, where we all were watching something happen at the same time. And yeah, there was tons of theories, and it was so much fun. I think it's more fun than seeing the actual ending of Game of Thrones, because I didn't really like that. Did you watch Game of Thrones? Did you watch it?
I actually just watched it all for the first time last summer.
Oh wow.
I guess last summer.
Okay.
And I got COVID, and I was literally like sitting at home. It was like hour 2 of knowing I had COVID, and I was like, what am I gonna fucking do for the next like 8 days, 10 days, whatever it is?
It's a good
I'm
thing
like,
to do.
I was like, maybe I'll start watching Game of Thrones. And I literally binged it all so fast, was like live posting everything I saw. I had like a list of people that like should die, need to die immediately, and was like updating it with like everything that was going on.
Beautiful. I love it.
So like probably the most my Instagram story has ever blown up. Like people were so passionate about it. And you're like, right,
Oh,
it
yeah.
was like monoculture. I've had so many people be like, Karl, this was the last time I like felt seen by like
Yeah.
the world. Like we were all tuning into this. Like you still get
Yes.
pockets of that. Like every gay person I know is like obsessed with Drag Race on Friday nights when there's like a new season
Okay. Yep.
airing. But like it's crazy to like look.
I don't get that. I don't get the. Yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
I didn't get. I don't get to enjoy that as much. Right? Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Fuck.
crazy. And like I think that like obviously I was enjoying the Game of Thrones of it all like so in the rear view. Like I'm
Yes.
years out now. And people are like, oh my God, like season 8 is gonna suck. And then I like watched the finale and I'm like, okay, I didn't really hate that, but I also had no expectations. I completely understand why you all would hate that. Like
I had my expectations were like, and it's worse because the man's never going to finish the books. Like all of it's fan fiction. Like once you get to season 7 on, it's all fan fiction by the two Davids, Benioff and Weiss. It's all fan fiction anyways. But I mean, we're never going to know what the ending is anyway, because George R. R. Martin will never finish those books.
Okay, but are you watching the new show?
House of the Dragon, I've watched. I have not
Okay.
started the
What
new
is it
one that just came
called?
out with Duncan the Tall. I have not
Yeah.
watched that one. The
Duncan
Night of
the
the Seven
Tall.
Kingdoms.
Yes,
Night of the Seven
thank
Kingdoms.
you.
I haven't watched that yet because I know it just came on, so I think it's like a few episodes in. So I will catch up on it. But I've been watching The Pit because I love Noah Wiley. So
He's so hot.
so dreamy.
He's so hot. And
Thank you.
I feel like it is my job to remind people that he's in Donnie Darko. Like he's always been hot.
Yeah, he has been, but that's it. Like you don't remember. Like a lot of people always think of Jake Gyllenhaal and Donnie Darko. They're not thinking of Noah Wiley, but yeah.
No,
I'm
this
like-
is a hot guy. I have no clue on what like a hot guy is really.
He's
like
from
I would have fucking like.
ER. Have you not?
Okay, in the
he's
ER
from
here,
ER.
yeah. Okay, yeah, ER,
No.
yeah. He's
He's
kind of like
hotter
David Schwimmer
now.
vibe.
No, he's hotter now.
Is he?
100%.
I
Yes,
had no
hotter now.
idea. See, Amanda,
I don't know if it's because of my
obsessed here with
age,
Patrick
but
Stump.
like,
I didn't realize like
this is true.
I'm
Yeah,
my hotness
but,
for
and bearded,
Dar is
bearded
so off.
Paxton Stump is like peak like Patrick Stump for me. Like dad Patrick Stump is like, oh my God, I can't even. Yeah,
Fascinating.
but bearded Noah Wiley, I like.
He
Whew,
looks good. He
he
looks
looks
good.
good. Yeah, he looks really good, especially in his like scrubs and his hoodie and being all sullen the whole time in the pit. It's great.
Experiencing
beautiful.
strife in the hospital.
Exactly. It's his job.
Strife is sexy.
It's true.
It is. Ah. All right. Well, Rob, do you have anything else for Karl tonight?
That covered everything really important. And then,
I think so,
and,
too.
And then,
I know,
and then,
I
and then,
agree.
and then, like a lot more came up as well. Wow, yeah. I expected to cry during this episode. I didn't expect to laugh until I cried like
I
three or
actually
four
think
times.
that
I was kind of
that's-
fucked up.
No, that's an
Yeah.
important point because my boyfriend and I go back and forth. Like we have over time, like a lot about like the band name Gay Meat, where he's just kind of like, okay, like the name is funny. It's interesting, it's exciting, but like, is it really representative of like what you're doing musically? And like, I think that it's important for me to like always kind of like have that humor, that like personability
It's the
in
Yeah.
like,
blink.
yeah, exactly. It's like I can't get it out of my bloodstream. Like that's always going to be so important to me. And I'm like, okay, I'm truly about to release this record that like has made everyone close to me like sob, and I'm
Yeah.
about to like release it to the world under the name Gay Meat. And I'm like, you follow me online, you like see that like the content is like deeply unhinged. Like I think
Yeah.
it's just part of being like a rounded package is like,
Yeah.
it's showing up like today expecting to cry and like literally laughing your ass off. Like that's so important to me. Like, and like for all
Yeah.
intents and purposes, that's like exactly how my mom was and would want me to be as well, where it's just kind of like, yeah, this shit sucks, but like, look at how fucking funny it all is.
Yeah.
Do you
I
think
agree.
2026 Karen would be fucking stoked on 2026 Karl?
I think she would be so obsessed, and I
Oh,
feel good, and I feel good literally knowing she would be. Like I carry her with me legitimately everywhere, all the time, every day. Like whenever someone, you'll be like in a room of people, and
Mhm.
someone's like, "Oh my God, I'm like realizing I'm becoming just like my mother." I'm like, I feel that every second of my life. Like you think you feel that, but you have no idea. Like I am her. Like she deeply like lives on within me. Like. I feel like she would love that. She would. I was her only
Mhm.
child. Of course, she would love if I turned out exactly like her. And here I go.
That's I have
Beautiful.
moments like that. Like I was leaving a meeting the other day, and like it's like my mom would be very stoked on this right now. There was a different situation a couple weeks ago
Bro.
where I kind of had to be like a dick, and I was like, I'm channeling Barbara. Like in this moment, like I'm
Barbara.
too soft fun, but it's like I need to lay down. Like in my head, it's like my body's a vessel for this moment. I have one
Yep.
last question that is very interesting that I've thought about a lot. Blink 182. I've never personally suffered from the disease of homophobia in my life, despite growing up in the 2000s in sports culture and in just this world
Yep.
we live in, where just I didn't, never in my life was a fucking thing. But I think a lot of that personally, if I like look back, I attribute a lot of it to like the fun nature of Blink, just making it like even like with like the straight bros. Sometimes you start getting too on the gauge, it gets uncomfortable. Them, it's like what's uncomfortable about it? Like if you call me gay, it's the same as calling me like Lithuanian or like a dog or
Yeah.
something. Like I'm not those things. They're not bad things. They're just other things that exist.
Yeah.
Like I'm not gay. Like it's not a big deal. But like I think in some weird way, Mark, Tom, and Travis are like weirdly gay allies and like slight trailblazers in the sense of just like normalizing and like I'm sure to some degree it's like it's taking the piss out of things and takes away like the experience, but at the same sense it just eliminates that like macho bullshit that existed.
Yeah.
Am I
Yes,
onto
absolutely.
something?
I think an underdog story 9 times out of 10 has a queer undertone to it,
Yeah.
and I think that they really played that so perfectly. Like
Mhm.
the losers who like became cool, and I know there were like a couple years ago there was like discourse about like how much of their music like did skirt this like homophobic line or whatever, and I'm
Yeah.
like,
Mhm.
it never bothered me as like a young person. But I
Mhm.
will say, as an adult, that if they ever felt like they needed to repent, they should just take me on tour.
There we
That's my
go.
official
Tom,
stance.
There we
Travis,
go.
Mark, if you're
Tom,
watching this at
Mark.
the about our 20-25 minute mark of Emo Kids Anonymous Gay Meat interview, go on tour. Take
You
Karl.
need
You
an
need a support
opener.
act right
Take
there. You need
Karl.
an
Yeah,
opener. You
I
need
think
an
I'd
Yeah.
opener.
tear it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you would. Yes.
What's Travis's son's name? He's gonna be in school or something. He's busy. You need a different opener.
Yeah.
We got
Get
Karl
someone
right
else.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Pierce the Veil's headlining now. You don't need
You could
them. Get Karl.
you'd probably do it for fairly a decent rate too, right?
oh my
I'm sure you
God.
would.
Even when
come
we
on.
were touring so much, we were making pennies. Like our guarantee was so low. Of course, if you're good at being a performer and like hamming it up on stage, you can always make way more money at the merch table. And I've always lived by
Yes.
that.
That's smart.
Um, but yeah, I'm like, I would literally do it for fucking nothing. Like,
just to be there. Yeah,
I
just
would
6
literally-
figures
He's not gonna do it
back.
for nothing, but he'll do it for $2,200 a night.
Yeah, there you go.
I
He
got
said
you, don't
not
worry.
nothing. Yeah, so
You're
Not
my
nothing, but
manager
very, very,
now.
very, very low. Yeah, below you SAG union
all right,
rates, basically.
we need to get Karl that booking agent ASAP.
Yeah, I got you.
Please,
I'm gonna,
We need to
I'm
get
gonna
Karl
email
that
Ben
booking
for
agent.
you. I got you.
Thank
Yeah.
you. My
All right,
God.
Ben.
Yeah.
Shout out Reliant
Thank you.
Talent.
Thank
Oh,
you.
I think there's something's going off in our kitchen.
You're good.
My boyfriend
Yes,
literally just
you're
ran by and
good.
went, sorry. So if you hear beeping in the recording, that's what that was.
It's okay.
You're good.
We've had our own children come in during the recording.
Yeah,
so
you're
it's all
good. Yeah, normally my son runs in here yelling bloody murder, so we're good.
Oh,
You're
I
good.
love that. I love that you have kids. That's so darling.
Thank you. I mean, mine are being especially good right now because they are not bothering me. So
Oh, man, I love that.
Thank you. Ah, yes, my 2 girls. They're everything for me.
Two
Yes.
girls. I love that. What are their names?
Lyndon and Landry.
Oh my God, cute. Very beautiful names.
Thank you. Yeah, you can't find them on a keychain at a gas station,
Yeah.
but or at any amusement park, but it's fine.
I mean, I grew up that way. Nothing is ever Karl with a K. It's always Karl with a
That's
C.
true.
And I feel like
Yeah.
I turned out fine. So,
Yes. Yeah, you did. Yeah.
K's better. It
It's all
feels more
good.
emphatic.
yeah.
does.
I agree. It's also, I feel like anyone who's ever smoked weed can relate to this feeling. But like sometimes I'll think about my name and just be like, it's so fucking crazy that my name is Karl with a K. Like, that's so
Yeah.
weird.
Yeah, as a guy that smokes a lot of weed and has an extra letter in his name that he added for no reason when he was 9. Yeah, yeah, same
That's
thing. I'm
Rob.
like, wouldn't Rob just with one? That's a totally different fucking guy. I have friends named Rob. One of my best friends' name is Rob. They call him Robert now because I'm like, that 2 people, same name. No, like,
Oh,
If you
that's
were on
less of being
Survivor,
stoned, and that's the brain cells being gone, just not being able to differentiate between humans.
if you were on Survivor with your friend Rob, they would call you Double B.
yeah.
Because
they
that just
probably
happened on
would.
Survivor this season where there were 2 Sophies and they called one Yellow Sophie and one Blue Sophie because they were on 2 different tribes. So maybe you'd also
Okay.
be Yellow Rob. I don't know. But
Maybe
Yeah.
I would
It
fucking
won't be
dog
Boston
walk
Rob.
Robert
There's
on
already a
Survivor.
Boston Rob. You can't be Boston Rob.
there is
He's
already a
taken.
Boston
it wouldn't
Rob.
work either. I've never
Yeah.
even been there. Yeah,
You could be LA
I'd be
Rob,
like Richard
I guess.
Hatch. Was that his name?
Yes, of
Yeah.
course.
Also,
Yes.
fucking gay icon, right? Like,
Yeah.
Okay, I just have to say really quick, I feel like I'm in a safe space. Richard Hatch is so iconic to me. To be the first winner of Survivor, to be a gay guy, to identify as the F slur on national television, and then also evade taxes. I'm like,
I didn't know
you.
Oh, he evaded taxes too.
Yes, he like did.
I didn't know about this.
Hey, man.
I didn't know he dropped the F on Survivor.
Yeah, there was like a
Yeah.
running joke in season 1 about him being the fat, naked F slur. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't actually watch.
Mhm.
Yeah, and that was 2001 or whatever.
2000.
Oh
was.
God, 2000.
It was
2000,
2000.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Yeah.
Good for
It's so
Yeah.
he's so iconic.
I mean,
he was
did Ellen just come out by that point?
Yeah, Ellen was already out by that point.
Okay,
the
yeah,
Time
she would've-
magazine I'm gay post.
yeah, exactly.
Fucking wild world. Yeah.
It was a crazy world we lived in.
Right, yeah.
It really is.
Aren't you happy the past is gone? Now you just have to deal with AI.
Yeah.
And you know what? I feel like I can take a sword onto the battlefield and fuck up AI. I
They
don't
should
think I
fuck it
could
up.
have. I couldn't have been on the front lines of just being gay in the year 2000. That would have been way too hard for me.
No.
That is-
Shout out
yeah.
Richard Hatch. Yeah. If
Yeah.
you're a fan of emo in any adjacent way, Richard Hatch, you are welcome. You will need to be dressed for like just because like
I
YouTube
mean, if you're
and
still
shit.
using like Instagram and listening to podcasts,
I think
yeah,
he's deeply still a person in a way that like pleases
Yes.
me. He was on like a season of House of Villains, and I remember
Oh,
being
I love
excited to
that.
see him there. Like he's always going to be sickening to me.
beautiful. I love that.
Sick. Well, now I think we've officially covered everything we need to talk about. Now that we got Richard
Yes,
Hatch in
we
here.
did.
Damn. What a
And
pull.
we nailed that.
Oh, I love it. I love it so much. Oh, Karl, this has been a blast. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much for coming on. We're so excited for the new album. It is going to be amazing, and I'm sure that it is going to be beautiful to share it with the world now.
Thank you.
And I'm so happy for you. Yeah.
Thank
And
you
I
so
can't
much.
wait to see what 2026 brings. We'll get you that booking agent and get you some tours, and let's get you out in the world.
Oh,
That's right.
Thank you
I
both so
think
much for
that's what
having
it
me.
is.
This has been
Yeah,
so
of course.
psychotically fun.
Thank you. Appreciate
Yeah.
you so much. Like, yeah. Already was it like I think I told you when we first spoke, like the week before we first spoke, I just saw your name popping up everywhere. It's nonstop. And I was like, well, like, what's going on here? You know, like, I'm curious. I'm going to click on that, you know, and just I was like, dude, you're killing it right now. Like, it would be a blast to have you on, and was not let down at all. Excited for the world to hear this. When's the official release date as well?
So Blue Water by Gay Meat.
Yep.
I got you.
Thank you. And also, like, totally off the record, candidly, like, Rob, if you ever want to talk about grief in any way that like actually feels like life altering, like, please hit me up. Like, I would love to. Like, it's so important to just like have people you can talk to about that. Like, there's so much camaraderie in dealing with it. So,
my guy, I appreciate you very much. I knew we would get along.
Yes.
I knew we would get along very well.
Thank you both. This was so fun. Amanda, your
So
teeth
much.
are so beautiful. I can't stop staring at them.
Perfect
No,
right now.
stop. They're literally the whitest teeth I think I've ever seen. And that's coming from someone who, like, I pride myself on having at least like somewhat white teeth.
Thank you. His friend
Yes.
Annie also likes my teeth, and she has told me that. And I appreciate that, because I always felt like I have big teeth, like for like my like especially when I was younger, I had like these two teeth were really big, and I got braces and everything kind of evened out pretty nicely. But
Yeah, they're
yeah.
beautiful. I'm obsessed with
Thank
them.
you. Thank you. I
Yes.
appreciate that.
Yeah,
so
of
much.
course.
Thank you. Yeah.
Okay,
All right, no-
gorgeous.
Yeah.
I'm like, do I start asking technical questions? Like, was this just recording the whole time? I've never used the software.
Yes, it has.
Oh,
been
yeah.
This
recorded
can
the
all
whole time.
stay
Yeah.
in.
Good.
Hey man, it's your boy Petty Hendrix, man. You tuned in to Emo Kids Anonymous. Check it out. You did.